Welcome to Knit Cheerful. This is Griffin Bruce. He wanted to say hello. This is his big YouTube debut. So I'd like to start off by apologizing for such a horrible gap since my last episode number 4, but I am excited to share this episode with you. It's a wonderful interview with a delightful local dyer here from New Jersey, and I can't wait for you to watch it, and I hope you enjoy. Say goodbye. Hi everyone. We are here with Julie from Sweet Sparrow Yarns.
Hi.
We are actually here in a beautiful yarn shop in Point Pleasant called Frame and Fiber. We had a wonderful time. You had a trunk show today.
I did.
But this store is awesome. So if you are in the Ocean County area, you should check it out. You can see some sneak peeks at what she has here in the store. But this is a beautiful store, and Point Pleasant is a fun little seaside town if you are visiting the shore.
Definitely a good day trip.
Yeah,
for sure.
But Julie, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you so much.
So I wanted to introduce you and show a little bit about what you do. We'll chat. But first, let's look at some of your amazing yarn.
Oh, thank you.
So yeah, I absolutely love this color.
Thank you.
If we could just show this to get started. Look at that beautiful blue. It's like a muted blue almost.
Thank you. Yeah, something that's kind of characteristic of a lot of my yarns is that I mix gray in with my dye baths.
Oh, fun.
Just to give everything kind of a similar soft, muted tone, and it also helps all my colors coordinate together.
Oh, that is so cool.
Thank you.
It has like a running theme then through all of them. That's lovely.
Thank you.
And then you even do that for things that are maybe a little bit brighter.
Yes. For instance, this color is called Yulia, and
You can see it has a sparkle.
it is
Which is so fun.
Thank you. This I really wanted to get the look of a night sky.
Oh, okay.
So it has blue, black, and gray all mixed together in the dye bath,
Oh,
just
that's
to
cool.
just to give it a lot of dimension.
Yeah, I love it, and I do think it actually does portray the night sky nicely.
Thank you.
Because you have just enough pop of sparkle, but it doesn't read as overwhelmingly sparkly. I think it's
thank
super
you.
fun. Yeah, no, that's stunning. But you also have that sparkle in a couple other ones, right?
I do. So this is my peppermint mocha colorway. This
Oh,
is
I love
actually
it.
one of my holiday colors.
That's so fun.
Thank you.
I love the name.
I feel like people are a little bit more willing to be adventurous about colors and holiday yarn just because it's cheerful and fun.
Sure.
So this is a micro stripe. So if knit into socks, it will give you one row of brown and then one row of the speckle.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, is that hard to do?
No.
No?
I probably shouldn't say that.
Probably
no.
It's very
No, it's
difficult. Laborious work.
No, it's just you just kind of have to do a little bit of testing. Like for me, I knit a few rounds of a sock, took it out, measured how far one round
my
was,
gosh.
and then just measured that on my
That makes
seam.
perfect sense, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that is so cool. I've always thought that self-striping, especially sock yarn, was like magic. It's like this
It's so
mystical.
fun.
That's really cool.
Thank you.
Awesome. So what else do we have here?
So this is my newest base. This is Feather, and it is a mohair and silk base, and it's so soft.
It looks so soft, so
It's-
squishy.
It's so squishy.
Oh my gosh. So beautiful.
Yeah, I was really, really excited to be able to bring in a mohair base because that's obviously really trendy
Yep.
right now.
Yeah. See it everywhere.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And I think a lot of people are really feeling ready to experiment with texture.
Yeah.
And mohair is a way to do that is accessible for people. It's not too crazy. It's not too couture. It's not something that you'd only be able to wear on a runway.
Right.
But it still gives you that really fun, ethereal look.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. It's very accessible. I think the only time I've ever worked with, I've only worked with mohair maybe once or twice, and I've held it with, another yarn. But yeah, I think that this is really beautiful. I love that feel.
Thank you so much.
So yeah, I think actually let's show this color. This is
Sure.
very vibrant, and this one, which I think would be really fun to go
Oh,
together.
for sure.
But look at how vibrant those colors are. Just stunning. And these have a beautiful feel to them. They feel very
Thank
silky.
you.
And this is colorway Plum Tart. Very fun. And this one is, oh, I almost read the wrong one. This is Butterbeer. Yes.
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 I am a
Harry
Harry Potter
Potter.
fan. Yes, I have a lot of Harry Potter colors
That's
because
awesome.
I love Harry Potter.
Yes, well, as do I.
Yay.
But this is, what is this made of?
This is 50% non-superwash merino and 50% silk, which gives it a really beautiful soft sheen and a beautiful halo.
I love that sheen. You can see it from across the room. It really is beautiful.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I really love the way that it gives the dyes a very watercolory, soft look. For instance, in my speckled colors, this is my blackberry mousse, which I'm wearing.
Which she's wearing. How fun is that?
It really gives a very gentle speckled effect, which I love. I think that looks beautiful knitted up.
It really does.
Oh, why, thank you.
It really does.
Not to be too self-serving.
No, but it looks really nice on her in this sweater that she's wearing. It's really, really pretty.
Thank you.
Yes. So yeah, anything else that you'd like to chat about? Anything, what inspires you to come up with these colors?
Well, I, like most people in this day and age, I consume a lot of media.
Yeah.
So a lot of the time my inspiration will come from songs or films.
Okay.
I was also a children's librarian when I was growing up.
Oh my gosh, how fun.
Yeah, so I definitely have a special place in my heart for children's books. So a lot of my colorways are inspired by children's books.
That's fun.
I have quite a few that are inspired by Matilda and The Secret Garden.
Oh,
and
that
the
was
Little
my
Princess.
favorite book growing up. Secret Garden.
Was it?
It was.
Oh, I love that book
Absolutely,
so much.
absolutely loved it. It was one of the first bigger books that I read when I was a little girl. Loved it. And did you see the movie? Did you ever watch that movie?
Oh my gosh, her beautiful beret that she wears. Oh, I love that so much.
that.
And all her little coats.
Yeah.
If I could pick one literature character to have their wardrobe,
It would
for sure be
great.
Mary from Secret Garden.
Oh, that's such a good story. But that's fun actually. I don't think I've ever heard of anyone drawing on inspiration from that channel, and I think that's really unique. That's really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
So when you name them, can we kind of guess what they're from? Obviously butterbeer. This is inspired by Harry Potter. But are there any other fun names that you have here on the table maybe?
Yeah, for me the inspiration actually usually starts with the name first.
Okay.
I don't often just go in and kind of start playing around with color. I generally think about it, think about how a particular song or film makes me feel, and then how I can convey that in color.
That.
Thank
So
you.
you would say, okay, today is the day I'm doing butterbeer.
Yes.
And that's how it works.
Yes.
It's not that you have it in the pot and then deduce that after. Oh, that's
Exactly.
fun. That's fun.
A good example of that is, here we go. I recently watched the movie A League of Their Own.
Oh.
And I just felt like I needed to dye up some colors inspired by it. So in that instance, I knew that I wanted to do a colorway inspired by the team, the Rockford Peaches. So this is what came out of that.
That's awesome. And that's also a striping. Or
yeah,
no?
This is a micro stripe.
Micro stripe.
So it'll give you one stripe of this lighter peach color and then one stripe of the deeper peach. And then I also did the racing bells because, of course, you have to have the rival team.
That's great. I love this color a lot.
Oh, thank you.
I like them both. It's just I'm not usually drawn to yellows as much.
Yeah.
I've been kind of getting into the mustard family because it's very popular and I see it a lot. But yellows, I don't know. They don't usually draw my attention. But this is so pretty.
Thank you
And they
so
have
much.
little sprinklings of color here throughout, which is fun. I'll pop a little blue there. It's really pretty.
This particular one has bits of green and bits of brown because one of the key scenes is a girl in this color uniform sliding into home plate, getting grass and dirt on her. So I thought that would be a fun little.
That is really fun. But you really visualize what you're looking at and you create that in your yarn. That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much.
It's really interesting.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Really, I don't know, it's different. It's different than just picking up a color and being like, oh, I want to make a sweater in this. Knowing that there's a story behind the dyer who dyed it for you. I love it.
Thank you.
Absolutely love it.
Thank you. It's definitely something where I feel very, very strongly that you get an emotional response from color, and if it's tied back to something from your childhood or from a movie or a TV show or a book, I think it kind of creates a special connection with your project.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, I think you. Absolutely right. I think it's really cool though that you're working that into everything that you do.
Oh, thank you.
Very makes it creates a little bit more of a vibrant story to it than just, oh, this is a fun purple.
Yeah.
But so why don't you tell us how you got started in this?
Sure.
I'd love to hear that.
Sure. So I started dyeing when I was working as a fashion designer for a large department store. I was designing a juniors clothing line.
So fun.
Oh, thanks. And I wasn't necessarily seeing the colors that I wanted to knit with at shows. And so I thought, maybe I could give that a try. Yeah. So I decided to go ahead and watch a few tutorials on YouTube, and I bought like 5 skeins of blank yarn from Knit Picks and the little
bear fingering.
Yes, exactly, and the greener shades dyeing kit, and that was kind of my first foray. And then I thought, oh, I really like doing this, and honestly, I thought maybe it would be a self-sustaining hobby. I definitely did not think it would be a career.
And she's doing this as her career. She is a full-time dyer, which I think is awesome.
Thank you.
It's truly inspirational that you're able to do that.
Thank you so much. It has been such an incredible journey to be able to take something from being like a side hustle, because I mean, it is the age of the side hustle. Right. We all have one. So.
Absolutely, or more than one.
Or more than one. So it was really exciting to kind of realize at the point that I was able to switch from doing it on the side to doing it full time. And it's been absolutely wonderful ever since.
That's awesome. So how do you do this? What's your process? How do you get started?
Well, I live in a 1-bedroom apartment, and this all happens in my kitchen.
That's awesome. Even better.
The dream eventually is to have a separate studio
but
space,
it's sustainable, obviously.
Oh, for
you're
sure.
doing a lot. You dye a lot of yarn.
Yeah. I guess I would probably say I dye about 100 skeins a week.
Wow.
So
gosh, that's a lot. That's a great volume.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's definitely something that I can see myself doing for a long time, because I just can't imagine ever not feeling inspired by color.
Right.
So
yeah, no, I get that. So in your kitchen, what does your setup look like? What do you?
So
break it down for us.
All right, so here you go. So I have just a regular 4-burner stove with 2 large aluminum pans, and those are what I dye any of my colorways that are done on the stovetop. I dye them in those pans.
Really?
And then, and then my sink is to my left, and a lot of my dyeing happens in my sink. Just because it's easier for cleanup.
Yeah.
So then I have a counter just to the left of that, which is always covered in containers of dye.
Not a lot of cooking happening.
Not a lot of cooking happening. I mean, maybe on the weekends.
Right.
And then I have a small spin dryer as well, which makes it much more feasible for me to crank out large volumes of yarn, because if I had to wait for everything to dry, it really would take much longer.
Wow.
So
that's got to be really something. So how many can you just put one in the spin dryer at a time, or can you?
I would say I average about maybe 15 to 18 in the dryer at a time. Yeah, which is great, because then I can be a little bit more efficient and get larger batches done in the dryer, dried, and then hung up in my bathroom.
Right. No, I love it. I mean, this is great. This is you're making a dream come true. I mean, that's really cool. It's really awesome.
Thank you.
So how long have you been doing this?
I have been dyeing for a little bit over 2 years, and I have been full-time for a little over a year.
Yeah. Oh, congrats again. That's
Thank
really
you.
That's really cool. So where can we find you?
You can find me at my Etsy shop, which is sweetsparrowyarns.etsy.com, and you can also listen to me talking about my knitting projects and sometimes my knitting mishaps.
That's right. You have a podcast.
I do, and it is Sweet Sparrow Knits on YouTube.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
This is really fun. Anything else that you'd like to share with us about your process, about what you like to do? As a knitter, do you use mostly your own yarn? Do you branch out to try other yarns?
A lot of what I knit with is more rustic yarns, just because it's so far from what I knit. For instance, I knit my Tegna sweater in my hummingbird base, which is the 50% silk base. So right after finishing that, I felt like I really wanted a toothy, natural feeling wool.
I was going to say go towards the wool then.
Yes, exactly. But I think the one thing I would want to say is don't be afraid to reach out to dyers if you have a special project in mind. One of my favorite things that I do is pet-inspired yarns.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah, yeah. So if people want a yarn colorway inspired by their pets, whether it's in memory of a pet
Oh my
or
gosh.
just to celebrate how much they love their
Yeah.
pet, it's always so great to get requests
love
like that.
that.
Oh, thank you.
As a dog mom of 3 dogs, I can tell you that's a great idea.
Thank you. Yeah, I think sometimes people are a little bit nervous to reach out to dyers, and
Yeah.
because it's true, a lot of us are super busy. But if you don't ask, then we can't say
Then
yes.
you can't say. Oh, I love that.
I would definitely say if you want to collaborate with a dyer, if you want to have a particular colorway made, ask. The worst
Yeah.
that can happen is that someone will say no.
Right. Yeah, no, I think that's a good point.
Oh, thank you.
Maybe people feel like you can't reach out, but
Yeah.
you're very easy to talk to. You're
Oh,
very
thank you.
accessible, and I think that that's really good to point out.
Thank you so much.
That's awesome. I just absolutely love your work. Please
you.
go check her out. You will not be disappointed. So many colors, such a great feel to the yarn. I think this has been wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you so much for having me.
No, it was wonderful to have you.
Thank you.
Bye.